Saibhai, you're there in Ahmedabad. We can see the frenzy, the fans celebrating. Let's start with your prediction. For the longest time during this tournament, you had this feeling that this was going to be RCB's year, and it has eventually turned out to be that. What was it that was telling you this year the team in red is going to be lifting that trophy?
I think it was a combination that they had. They had some terrific batters to get the team up to a good start, and Phil Salt in particular. And then there was Kohli to stabilize the innings. And then they had Rajat Patidar also. The bowling as well. They had Josh Hazelwood, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, two top quality bowlers. Then they had Kunal Pandya, very, very intelligent cricketer. So they had a very good team, very well balanced team. And that's why... it looked, and when they started well, when they started the tournament with wins over CSK in Chennai, wins over Mumbai in Mumbai, that showed that this time around RCB were going to be the favourites, and they've proven that this evening.
Saibhai, we're getting pictures from all across the country and from Bengaluru too. The fans celebrating, they'll be celebrating well through the night. Just looking at that fan base, one of the most loyal fan bases that I've seen in the IPL. They've not won a title yet. The fans kept backing them. Deserved champions in that sense, a gift that these fans deserve?
Yes, absolutely. And, if I might add that this was the one year that slogan that they had about that this year the cup is going to be ours was pretty muted. Not that it wasn't there. And it was almost like, that particular slogan was really lagaving nazar on them. And because that was muted, the cup is actually this time theirs. So congratulations for them, because they've played some top-class cricket right throughout the IPL. The last 2 or 3 performances in particular have been outstanding, chasing down 230 plus, which they hadn't done in the IPL against LSG in their last league game. Then decimating Punjab Kings in the qualifier one, winning in 25 overs, 15 overs of Punjab and 10 overs of their own batting. And then again now here, the way they have, won, kept their nerve despite the fact that, a lot of the people thought that they were maybe 15 to 20 runs short of what would have been an ideal score to defend. So yes, very well deserved victory, and congratulations to them and all the fans for having shown the faith and the patience in their team.
So whatever be the result in terms of man of the match, whoever the commentators pick, but if I was to ask you, not too many high scores in their batting, some good bowling performances. One that stands out is that of Kunal Pandya. But for you, man of the match?
Yes, Kunal Pandya. Kunal Pandya, because he got wickets he got the wicket of Josh Inglis, who was batting so well. So, if that ball had gone for a 6, it might have been a different story again. But, Anthony Livingston taking that catch. But the way Kunal Pandya bowled, just imagine bowling 4 overs for, I think, 17 runs and taking 2 wickets. That's an economy of just over 4 runs and over, plus 2 wickets. So he has to be the player of the match. I don't know what the other fellow commentators will be deciding, but for me, he would be the player of the match.
Saibhai, a word on Virat Kohli. I mean, he had a very good season with the half centuries that you got, but I just don't want to talk about this season. He's been a true blue RCBN in that sense from the first year onwards. He's had some very outstanding seasons, maybe some average seasons as well. But what about that journey for a man who's given his all to this franchise? What would it mean finally for him to tick this box in his career?
It'll be huge. There's a saying that the rewards of patience are very sweet. The fruits of patience are sweet. And I think this is going to be really, really sweet, this win. Because, for waiting for 17 years and the 18th year, they're winning. 18th, of course, 18 is his shirt number as well. So maybe very apt that in the 18th season, the RCB have won a title for somebody who's been with them through thick and thin. Virat Kohli, number 18.
Okay, so let's talk about this final. 190 at the halfway stage look like just about a par, or some would even say a below par total, because in Ahmedabad we do get high scoring pitches. What really happened to that Punjab team? The same team that chased a 200 plus total against a Mumbai Indians, high pressure game, that too. On this occasion, what happened? Did they freeze? Did the occasion get to them?
Yes, you could say that. But also, I think you must remember that they were up against a top quality new ball attack. Josh Hazelwood, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, never easy to score off. Yash Dayal also has come on so well. as a new ball bowler. So it wasn't going to be easy to get off to a good start. Also, I think temperament sometimes plays a big role. Having scored so many runs, I think they scored about 14 runs off that Hazelwood over. That is where your temperament is. Okay, one ball left. I will not try and hit a six now. I will just try and work him around for a boundary. I will not play a high risk shot. That catch of Phil Salt was superb. But I think this is where experience comes in. Sometimes, in the heat of the moment, in the excitement, youngsters can get carried away. And that's what might have happened to Priyancharya. Then the way Prabhsimran was just not able to get going and then playing across the line against the spin to Krunal Pandya. Again, over here, there is a little bit of, understanding that playing across the line would not work. A couple of dot balls, and it is very predictable that you're going to go for the big shot. And that's what happened. So those two wickets, and then, of course, the wicket of Shreyas Iyer, the captain, who had been batting so well, and he got out to, an unlikely bowler, unlikely wicket taker. I'm sorry, not an unlikely bowler, unlikely wicket taker, Romario Shepherd. So that is where Punjab lost the game.
Saibhai, I mean, this was just about the final, but if I was to sum up RCB's entire season, let's say 5 years, 6 years down the line, if I was to ask you to recall this particular season 2025 for RCB, what will be your abiding memories of this season in terms of how RCB have performed? Any game, any individual performances, what will stay with you for a very long time?
Well, firstly, I didn't watch every single game because I was not doing commentary every single day. So I didn't watch every single game that they played. But for me, that win in the first qualifier against Punjab, where they demolished Punjab in 14.1 overs for just 100, and then rattled up the runs in 10 overs. That for me is the standout performance for the RCB.
Your MVP for the season, most valuable player from this entire season of IPL, who would that be? There are a few contenders who've done well from the team that's won, from the team that's played the final, some that missed out on the playoffs. So there will be a few contenders, I know. But who, if you had to pick one, MVP, who'd that be?
That's a tough question. Once again, because I didn't see every match, I cannot tell you. If you had given me maybe 4 or 5 choices, maybe
I'll give you some choices anyway. I'll give you. There is Josh Hazelwood, who's been outstanding, who's played less games, but is right up there in terms of economy as well as wickets. There is Sai Sudarshan, who had an outstanding season with the bat. There is Surya Kumar Yadav, who was very consistent with the bat at a very good strike rate. We spoke about Virat Kohli getting, I think, 8 or 9 half centuries throughout this season. Prasidh Krishna, who'd be leading the purple cap, ranking this season. So these are just 4 or 5 names that really come to your mind. Who would be your MVP?
I think Sai Sudarshan, for the way he played. To get 759 runs is never easy in this format of the game. And so I think for the way he batted, maybe I think he would be the MVP. I know generally what happens with man of the match or MVP is you sort of choose from the winning team. But here I think both Sai Sudarshan and Prasidh Krishna top with the orange and the purple cap. But that also tells you that individual performances don't always win you games. You've got to have a team performance. And if you have a look at RCB's performance throughout this season, they've had 9 player of the match medal winners. And I don't know who the medal winner today, maybe if it's Krunal Pandya, it'll be still 9. But that tells you that if you have so many medal winners, that's a team where everybody has contributed.
That's really interesting. Your heart also goes out to someone like a Shreyas Iyer. He also had a phenomenal season, may not be the ideal final, but the way he led Punjab Kings throughout, what did you make of the entire Punjab Kings campaign as well as Shreyas, the leader?
Very, very good. He actually held the Punjab team on his shoulders, you've got to say. Yes, there was the opening pair of Priyansh and Prabhsimran. But like I keep saying, where it matters, you've got to deliver. In the league, where you've got another match to come tomorrow or day after 2-3 matches, batting the way that they do is easy. But in a knockout game, where you have to score runs, where you must deliver for your team, when you don't do that, then that is not good enough. And that is what happened. Shreyas Iyer did get the runs against Mumbai Indians, but look at the others. These 2 openers didn't do anything in both the games against Mumbai Indians as well as against RCB in the final. Then you had Nehal Vadera not really scoring too many runs. So the guys, the uncapped players on whom so much of faith was reposed by the franchise, uh, they didn't quite live up when it mattered.
Okay, Saima, finally, before we let you go, IPL is also about young talent, and we were blessed to see some outstanding young talent this entire season. I'm going to ask you to pick the one debutant from this season you think will serve Indian cricket for a very long time. Again, I'll give you a few options. There is Priyansh Arya, who played that final. There's Digvesh Rathi, who did very well for Lucknow. You, of course, have Vaibhav Suryavanshi, who was outstanding in this entire season. Vipraj Nigam. Many debutants really come to your mind. There was Ayush Matre, who played for Chennai. One or two names that you think have a bright future ahead?
I want to see them in the second season. It's a second season syndrome that is also important. First season, when you're unknown, nobody knows about you. The computer guys don't have enough info on you. So it's a second season when they have info on you about your batting strength, about your batting weaknesses, about your bowling ability. The second season is important. So this is not the time to make predictions as who's going to be the future India cricketer. Let's wait for another season. Let's see how these guys do in that season, and not just in the IPL, in the rest of the domestic season as well. Then we can talk about who is going to be serving Indian cricket for a long time.